Over the past week, Dillon Brooks signed a 3-year, $73 million contract extension with the Phoenix Suns, locking him in with the team through the 2029-2030 season. This is what Brian Gregory said about it. Dillon's toughness, competitiveness, and work ethic epitomize our Suns' DNA, said GM Brian Gregory. He plays with a drive and intensity that sets the tone for our team and raises the level of everyone around him. Dillon was an important part of what we accomplished last season, and we're excited to see him continue to grow as a player while building on the connection he's established with our fans and the Phoenix community. Dillon last year averaged 20.2 points on 43.5 shooting, 3.6 rebounds, and 1 steal in 56 games. He averaged 26 points on 46% from the field and 3.5 makes from beyond the arc and 6 rebounds in 4 games against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And in 5 of his last 6 seasons, he's helped his team reach the playoffs. So, was it an absolute win for the Suns to trade for Dillon Brooks for Kevin Durant? It absolutely was, because it shifted the culture of this organization that it so desperately needed. But here's the thing with guys like Dillon Brooks. We've seen some guys, wear out their welcome as well, like Jay Crowder, Raja Bell. Those are guys that come to mind where they played with that same kind of edge that Brooks had, but eventually all the drama and all that edge that comes with it eventually became too much for the Suns organization to deal with. And they decided to trade those guys before their contracts were fully fulfilled. And so Dillon Brooks, yes, he is 30 years old. He'll be 34 by the time this deal ends, maybe 35, depending on where his birthday lines up. And so I do think that there's a lot of good basketball left for Brooks. But if there is any decline and he doesn't have the same type of scoring season that he had this year, or he isn't able to play as well defensively as he did this year at age 33 and at age 34, this could be a contract that the Suns might be trading in a few seasons, because he just becomes too problematic for the organization. It's what happened in Memphis. It didn't happen in Houston, but it did happen in Memphis, where eventually they got tired of the Dillon Brooks experience. Now, it seems like this organization is all in on the Dillon Brooks experience. But if you ever come to a point where you're not all in on the Dillon Brooks experience, then it becomes very disruptive for your team, for your organization, for your locker room very quickly. Those are the risks, but the rewards far outweigh the risks, because Dillon is the leader of this team. It's been said by everyone top to bottom. Devin Booker, Jordan Ott, Brian Gregory, Matt Ishbia, all those guys heap praise on Dillon for the type of work ethic, the type of attitude, the type of emotional force that this team needs. That credit all goes to Dillon Brooks. So you needed to keep this guy. You had to keep this guy. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And you had to make this guy happy. You had to make this guy feel like he's beloved in Phoenix, because he is. He's beloved by fans and he's beloved by his teammates. And so this extension was a no-brainer. Paying a guy 21, $22 million a year for close to all-star production. Now we'll see if that continues over the next few years, or if he is forced to take a back seat with Miles Bridges coming in and Jalen Green hopefully being healthy for full seasons. Plus the Miles Bridges extension may be around the corner. We'll find out. With Dillon, is he going to be okay being the fourth banana next year? We'll see. But as of right now, the way that this roster is constructed, the Suns absolutely need Dillon Brooks for what he provides as a leader, for the type of edge that he brings. The Suns need that to be competitive in a very difficult Western Conference. Now, does this move mean that they're going to be a 50-win team next year and be a top 4 seed in the playoffs? I don't think so. I think they kind of stay right where they're at. Hopefully they can move their way into the 6th or the 5th seed this season. And there's definitely opportunities for them to climb, especially if this Miles Bridges trade works. But as you've seen from guys like Kellen Olson and others, like there are definitely question marks on how this team acclimates around Devin Booker because Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, Miles Bridges, all these guys appear to be score first guys. And even Booker at times in his career has been a score first guy as well. So you have 4 score first guys, 3 that play well in isolation. I mean, Jalen Green, well, may be an overstatement, but Dillon did great in isolation situations. Devin Booker, we know, is one of the game's best scorers in isolation. Miles Bridges isn't as much of an isolation as an ISO player, but when he has the ball, he's thinking score. He can play make a little bit. So Dillon is going to have to be a lot more glue guy next year potentially, and be better at making the one more pass, making those types of plays that the fourth and fifth best guys on the roster make. Dillon's going to have to be that guy, and we'll see if he can do it. I think he can. I think that Dillon's a really smart basketball player and knows his role, and will fill in the gaps wherever he needs to help his team.